TV, sponsored by A Taste of Cyprus, Chisholm, now doing deliveries. Welcome back to Booming TV to another edition of Xxl podcast.
Yes, you said it right this time after the fifth take.
That's alright. We've got there in the end. Well, listen up, man. There's been a lot of events. First and foremost, we're gonna have to talk about what happened last night. Dillian Whyte, he got knocked out in spectacularly with an uppercut. And you know what? We spoke about this last week, didn't we? We said about I said on the Xxl podcast, I said that Dillian needs to don't hook with a hooker. I said to him. I also said, but this is what happened was the first knockdown was a hook, which took my advice. He countered and countered and hooked him. The second, he got him with a right uppercut, and the second knockdown, and then the knockout by Povetkin. I said on the Xxl podcast, I said it's either going to go two ways. It's going to be a left hook by Dillian Whyte, or it's going to be watch out for Povetkin's uppercut. And look what happened. He got knocked out by the uppercut. Obviously, that's his signature punch. Everyone talks about his left hook, but he's known for his uppercut.
I think what I saw, and it touched on what I'd sort of said as well, was that Dillian Whyte's got sort of kickboxing and MMA background.
They both have, actually.
They both have. So I think
when I first started watching it.
Yeah, and I think what Povetkin did is he saw that Dillian kind of leans in after he throws. So.
But he done it against Xxxl though.
That's how he got knocked down by Rivas as well. And I think Povetkin saw it, knew to slip, and he knew that Dillian would lean forward, and he just put the uppercut up there, caught him clean flush, just a cold knockout.
But do you know what I want to say, right? Sorry to interject. What I want to say is that it looks like when Povetkin, it looked like it was a left hook he was going to throw, but then he changed it into an uppercut.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? I don't think there's a heavyweight alive that would have taken that punch. That would have knocked out anyone. Yeah. Tyson Fury, Wilder, AJ would have knocked them all out.
I think it reminded me as to why Wilder had avoided the Povetkin fight.
I heard it was because Povetkin failed a drug test.
On the day, but since then they were saying run it back, like reschedule, rearrange it.
Yeah.
And Wilder kind of just backed away. So I think at the time Povetkin might have been a mandatory. It was a fight that was made. It was meant to be the fight that made him, and it was meant to be the fight that was like okay, because Shelley Finkel kept saying, "Oh, he's a baby. We're not going to put him in too deep yet." And then he was due to fight Povetkin. Povetkin failed the tests on the day, but when I think they cleared up the issue. There was something around it where it wasn't quite a straight up. Yeah, he's failed a test. There was controversy, as there always is. Yeah. But Wilder never went back for it. He kind of went on to fight, Burns and Brazil's of this world.
Well, listen. I'm going to say something. I know Dean. I met Dillian. And I'm going to say it straight. I mean, I'm not just saying this because he's lost. I'm going to say it straight, and I believe this. Who the fuck is advising Dillian? Who the fuck is advising him? Who advised him to fight a gold medalist, a fucking 11 times amateur champion, a fucking ex-world champion? His last few fights he's knocked people out. Who's advised him to fight Povetkin?
No. But I think this is the thing.
Everyone's got advisors.
No, but look at it, mate.
But it's a risky fight. It's unnecessary. The fight was unnecessary.
We've all complained for years that we've seen no competition, that we've wanted the big boys to fight the big boys. We want Joshua versus Fury. We want Wilder versus Whyte. Whyte's the only one that's gone out there and put his name on the line and taken the risks and the chances. And do you know what? Those fights are entertaining. I have always, without fail, paid for a Dillian Whyte pay-per-view. Yeah. Anthony Joshua pay-per-views. Sometimes I'd rather go down the pub and watch it because I know it's not competitive. I'd rather Dillian carry on as he is because I don't care about a loss. What's a loss? But
listen, man. When you're so close to the Holy Grail, when you're so close to that title shot, when you waited 1,000 days and you could have just took a gimme fight.
But why?
What do you mean why? Bro, well, look what's happened.
He wants to be up there.
How can you say why?
It's because he wants to be up there with the great, like AJ, like.
But Povetkin, man. You wouldn't listen to me. Unless you was a mandatory, would Wilder, AJ, or Fury willingly fight Wilder and Povetkin? Povetkin's a beast, man.
But
He's a beast.
But we can't then complain that the heavyweights aren't fighting.
Yeah, but I hear about Dillian deserved the gimme fight. He deserved it.
But I respect.
Come on, just give me that. After all the fights he's been through, all the hard fights, does he not deserve the gimme fight? A nice, easy fight.
Like you.
Fucking, there's loads of bums out there. Fucking hell.
Look,
Dave Allen.
Look, listen.
Yeah. Oh, it's full Dave Allen. Oh, okay. Well, listen, all right. I don't know. There could be someone who could bash up for a few quid. As journeymen, 80% of boxers are journeymen.
But exactly. But one, I want to see a elite, world level fighter fight. I want to see him fight in another elite.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, so for you, I know you're not as boxing mad as us two.
Yeah.
This is something that you're coming into and appreciating. Yeah. Would you rather watch Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin, a fight that is 60-40, 50-50, where there's a chance Dillian could lose?
I thought it was 50-50.
Okay.
But yeah, I would totally agree with that.
Would you rather pay your money to watch that?
Because on you, I would rather watch that than him watch a bum. Like what you said.
Okay, can I say something here? Okay, but think about it. It's about keeping the pay-per-view fans happy. That's what you're saying. All right? But I'm saying
not just the pay-per-view, but I think for fans as well.
All right, yes.
Because fans want to see great fighters.
Listen, hear me out. Right, hear me out. You know I get a bit excited in this program. I get a bit excited. But I'm going to say this. Like, and I said that I'm not trying to be harsh or whatever. Why would you choose your most difficult opponent when you're so close to the title shot?
Because that's the sort of man Dillian Whyte is.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what he is, and he's one of the few fighters out there that he's not. He's one of those guys where I think with most fighters, when they get to that level, they're very divisive. So you can, you have a Tyson Fury fan, you have an AJ fan, and the Tyson Fury fan doesn't like anything AJ does. AJ fans don't like anything Wilder does. All this. Dillian Whyte has gone, I'll go out and take the fights. I will fight anyone. He kept saying it on the can.
Yeah, but this is his most dangerous fight. It's the most decorated fight.
He did this before. He did this with Rivas. Everyone said, why is he fighting Rivas? And do you know what? He
but you're not going to run that sooner or later.
He did, but do you know what? He can rebuild. And I think he's won more respect from people for taking that loss on the chin. He's not turned around and said I was waiting actually for him to win and say that the vest he wore in was £40 and asked Wilder what was up there. He's made no excuses. He's taken it like a man. He's gone, do you know what? I lost that. Let's run it back. Let me try and redeem myself. Yeah, can you not respect that more than Wilder losing to Fury, an elite heavyweight versus an elite heavyweight, and turning around and saying, my legs were gone. I didn't train properly. I wasn't. Nah, fair play to Whyte. Whyte deserves all the respect, and we should all be appreciative that we have fighters like that will go out to entertain us.
I respect it. Listen, I respect it. But I don't understand it. I respect it. I have to respect it. Of course I respect it. I respect fighters that go in there. I respect anyone that gets through the ropes. But you got to understand that, yeah? Povetkin, he's a very decorated amateur. He started boxing young. He's a very seasoned fighter. Look, at the end of the day, right, yeah? Dillian Whyte came out to fight him technically. He tries to fight him at his own game.
It was the most mature performance we've seen from Dillian Whyte yet.
Yeah, but you don't hook up, and you don't technically fight a technical fighter. He'd be better off going in there and bulldozing and roughing him up. At the end of the day, at the end of the day
I'll be honest with you, Dave. Yeah. At the end of that fourth, I was like, Dillian Whyte's doing it. This is happening. It got caught cold. It's heavyweight boxing.
I know.
He should have kept his distance.
I know.
When he was in the corner, his guys were going to him, giving him all the information that he needs. He's going, okay. So he's understanding what to do. Yeah, maybe he was just like, I'm just going to go for it.
What are you talking about?
The Dillian Whyte fight.
Yeah.
No, when he was in the
corner.
Of
course, about Dillian Whyte fight.
He was like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm talking what rounds?
Yeah.
Be specific, please.
Well, whenever he was in the corner, each round.
He was in the corner about 4 times, mate.
Yeah, but bro, let me tell you something.
He went to 5 rounds.
When he was in the corner,
yeah,
his guys were going to him, look, listen, do this, do that, and he was aware of what was going on, yeah? So he was good, he was keeping his distance, whatever. He was doing it, he was beating him on points. I was like, he's going to win this. And then I don't know what happened. Is it an experience? That's why I'm asking you guys. Did he get to like, I'm going to knock him out?
I'll tell you what it was. And this is heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
You have Povetkin was 16 stone. Dillian Whyte was 18 stone too. These are big guys. If you have 16 stone coming up, because these fighters know how to put all of their weight into a punch. 16 stone on the chin, mate, it's going to knock out anyone. Do you know what I mean?
But mind you, Povetkin is a small heavyweight.
He's small.
Think about it.
I'm saying it's 16 stone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But listen, these are animals. Povetkin, I mean, they said he's been knocking people out for fun for years.
And he looked like an old man in that fight. And you know, his legs weren't there, his speed wasn't there. What he did, he used his boxing IQ, and he had the last thing that goes in any fight, which is his power. And he went shit or bust. And he literally he worked out what he needed to do, applied it, and then he knocked him out.
All right, can I ask a question? And these are questions that a lot of people are asking. They've
How
been
nice
asking.
was Eddie Hearn's house?
No, seriously. People was asking like, you know, after when he knocks him down the second time in the 4th round, should he have rushed him?
I don't think so. Do you know what? Look, I think a lot of people are going to say, oh, he should have done this, should have, would have, could have.
Because he was hurt.
He was hurt, but the thing is...
Because I mean, look, the thing, I will say this, if that was Wilder, or if that was AJ and they smelt blood, they would have been on him straight away. But all I'm just trying to say is, look, we're here to discuss things.
No, I get it.
It's not a hatchet job. We're just discussing. Yeah.
I think
the thing is, if that's Wilder would have been on his toes. He'd be like,
yeah. I think with someone like Wilder would have gone swinging in like that. But that probably would have caught him. In the same thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just asking.
That'd be a good fight.
I'm just asking. Do you know, like, you know, would he regret that and not going for the kill?
I think he's going to regret it now. But I think, like I said, it was. I'm taking nothing away from Dillian Whyte in this. Dillian Whyte put on a performance in those 4 rounds. Yeah. Smart. He was working off his jab. He wasn't overreaching on his hook or anything. You know, it was all clever, all intelligent. You all right, mate?
No, my phone's got hold, guys. My phone's got my zone.
Still going.
So unprofessional this is. Go on. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that.
Dillian Whyte put on a clinic for Dillian Whyte. I was so impressed with him. Everyone's saying now he needs to go back to his old trainer. But I'm looking at that and I'm going,
looks like he trimmed up.
That's the next fight I was going to get to. I'm going to get to that is, do you think the split from Mark Tibbs played a part?
Yeah.
Like changing the trainer so close to the fight?
Listen,
I've got to ask a question.
No, I get it.
I've got to ask it.
But what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the questions. I'm the one the person who asks the questions has got power. I'm asking the questions. What do I think? Put me on the spot like that. Listen, in the day, like, listen, like, yeah. I've done. It's happened to me before a fight. Okay, I mean, I've had obviously nowhere near as big as this, but in the days, in my mind, it was big fights. In my mind, it was like, you know, when I fought Lewis Ball and all that sort of stuff and whatever and stuff. And I'm telling you, you know what? And I'm going to say this right now. The Saviour bloke, fine. And this thing about, he knows him. He's been over in Portugal with him. But David Caldwell, I don't understand that. No. I can't understand because you know what? When you as a trainer, that's your brethren, that's your best mate. That's the person you got to trust most in the whole world. That person that's got built a relationship. It can't be like, I see him at a boxing show, whatever. That person, you and him have got to spend a lot of time with each other.
So here's a question.
I don't agree with the Dave Caldwell.
Here's a question.
Too many people spoil the broth.
Here's a question off the back of the question.
Yeah.
When Freddie Roach went to Tyson Fury's corner to help Ben Davison, what did you think of that?
There's an old Jamaican saying, puss and dog not have the same luck. That means cats and dogs don't have the same luck in English. Sorry, that's a translation. That means what might be right for someone else, someone might not be right for you. Just because it worked for that person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you.
But I think bringing Caldwell in was a smart move. I think Caldwell's experienced. He can add another pair of eyes. And he wasn't dominating the corner. It wasn't like he had 2 cornermen. It wasn't like there was someone here that Dylan's turning to 1 minute and then he's turning here and it's another. It was Caldwell was calm, collected. I thought he had a lot of value. I just genuinely.
Do you really think that?
Of course. Dave Caldwell's an amazing coach, amazing trainer. He's got a great boxing mind. And I just think that it was a. I don't want to say.
How can he trust Dave Caldwell if he hasn't gone through the drills and spent time with him? That's what I'm saying.
No, it's a fair.
You can't say, all right, Dave, be my trainer. Let's see how and give me instructions.
Then you could say, how could Tyson Fury trust Ben Davison who hadn't taken a champ for someone to?
Yeah, but he did spend time with Ben Davison.
No, but what I mean is, at first. There's all these questions.
But he's done the whole camp with Ben Davison. Like Xavier, he done the whole camp.
Before bringing him into camp, but Freddie Roach, again, he was training up in Big Bear before he went to Freddie Roach's gym, the Wildcard gym.
That's fucking Freddie Roach, man. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a fucking Hall of Famer.
Dave Caldwell. Dave Caldwell's a great trainer. You can't take away from Dave Caldwell.
He's not Freddie Roach. He's not a Freddie Roach. Come on, bruv.
He's not got the back catalogue yet. Let him build up his thing. And
You're talking about Freddie Roach, man.
yeah. No, I don't what you mean.
Freddie Roach could give value to any situation.
I think Dave Caldwell can. I think Dave Caldwell's got a great.
I personally
Dave
thought
Caldwell's come from what, the Ingle gym. He's trained under Adam Booth. He's done his apprenticeship.
Look,
as a trainer.
Look, do you know what? Right, yeah. Let's agree to disagree. I'm saying that you know, with the thing, I'm saying that sometimes that upheaval, whatever, when it's like a relationship. If you're used to somebody and they're not there no more, it doesn't matter. You might brush it off and play it off, but it affects you.
Do you know what?
I'm telling you.
What do you think?
I think that people should comment below and tell me what they think.
Yeah.
Because they're the viewers. They got the most opinionated people. We're just throwing it out here.
Everyone might not show it, but everyone's got feelings, and everyone might not show it necessarily. But this thing, if you're used to someone by your side, they're not there no more for whatever reason. I don't know what the ins and outs are. I don't know. But I'm saying it might affect you, and just because you don't show it, it might affect you. It might affect you in other ways. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to say it, and people are going to say it. They are going to say it. And this is the horrible thing about boxing, because when you win, no one ever questions you. When you lose, there's always a like, you know,
if Tyson,
but that's nice though. It's boxing, isn't it?
If Tyson Fury,
wins and he still gets stick.
What?
Tyson Fury wins and he still gets stick.
That's fair. To be fair, boxing fans, the internet's a very dark place.
Yeah, you're talking about Twitter. You're talking about Twitter trolls.
Just in general.
Yeah, but I think the thing is.
There you go. So if you're getting criticised when you win, you have a good. Listen to me. The fact of the matter is, right, is you know what? We're just asking the questions that other people are going to ask. It's a podcast and this thing over. Sometimes we repeat devil's advocate, and that's what it is. But we need to ask the questions. And that's what we have here. We talk about and we ask those questions. And if the white elephant's in the room, we've got to mention the white elephant. We've got to mention it. I'm saying, but you know, there's no white elephants on the Xxl podcast. Right, you know, and I think that, you know what, I think, is it effective or not? I don't know. Only Dillian knows. Only Dillian knows the answer. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to ask him because it's like too soon and it might be a bit raw. And I don't want to talk about it anyway.
He just, from what I saw, not as experienced as you two, but he just caught him, man.
Yeah.
No, listen. Don't ever put yourself down. You've got your opinion on boxing, right? Yeah? Doesn't mean that we are better than you. You've got your version of it. You see it through your eyes.
Yeah.
So there ain't no, one might know more about boxing than you. Listen, man, you've still got an opinion, man. You've still got worth.
It's true.
Right? So don't ever put yourself down. On
this is a nice kind of colonization.
Xxl podcast, yeah? No, seriously.
This is a nice.
No, because you know what, man? I don't want people out there who might not have a limited boxing knowledge, and they're gonna. I don't want to like alienate them.
Yeah.
No, the thing is,
say what I see, pretty much.
Yeah, say what you see, man.
When I first saw that fight last night, I thought Dillian had it in the bag. Nice distance boxing. Yeah. His reach was great. When I saw that, I was like, he's got this. And then just that little slip up just goes to show, innit? In boxing, anything can happen. Just that one thing. That's it.
A fraction of a second. A puncher only has to be right for a fraction of a second.
That's why Wilder's like way up there. Because even though you said he's got like no technical ability, you need a knockout to win.
Puncher.
Exactly.
Puncher's chance. And the thing about it is, you know what it is? It's like, it was talking about Povetkin being old. The last thing a fighter loses is his power.
Like I said, he literally used the last two things he's got, which is boxing IQ and his power. He realised that his legs weren't there. I think Povetkin looked like an old man in that fight. And I think I don't know what he was saying, I don't speak Russian in the corner, but I think they were probably saying just...
Yeah, I wish they had the translation on that.
That was some subtitles at the bottom.
Yeah. I think after the fourth, I think they were thinking of putting him out.
You think?
I think so. I think he was hurt. I think they were thinking about it. I reckon another couple of rounds, if he'd have got that same back punishment, they would have pulled him out.
You can see it.
It wasn't a world title fight. It wasn't a world title fight.
Do you know, if there
was a world title fight, yeah, you fight to the death. It wasn't a world title fight. Just remember, it was an interim title fight. It was WBC. It wasn't a world title fight. It might prove to be important in the long run, but I'm telling you, man, a couple of knockdowns, this thing, sooner or later the referee's going to say, do you know what, I've had enough, seen enough. Do you know what I mean? World title fight, you get knocked down 3 times or whatever, and this thing, or maybe not 3 times, or you go life and death, like what happened. You know what I didn't like? I didn't like this, man. I didn't like this. As soon as he hit the floor, the referee counted him out straight away. He said, no more.
With what?
In the Wilder Fury fight, they said 1. Tyson Fury was not spark out, just like Dillian Whyte was. But the referee gave him a chance. Soon as Dillian Whyte touched that canvas, the referee went on that straight away.
I think it's how he got hit. Like what I saw and how Fury got hit was like he was like I think he was like
Fury
a bit
was
low. He was a bit low, and then he sort of like went like that. But when Dillian got hit last time, it was like bang, and then
his body stiffened.
Yeah,
it
was a different knockout, and it was scary, man. I was when it went down, my jaw dropped, and then I was like in my head, I hope he's alright. And Povetkin was good enough to be going up and be like, is he okay? I rate him for that, because most people would just be like going like that, cheering or whatever. But at least everyone was paying attention, see if he was alright, because that was a bad knockout. It weren't like there's an and you got to remember there's an atmosphere with the Tyson and Wilder fight. Yeah. There was no.
They can influence the judge. They can influence the referee.
That had been
exactly.
11 rounds of beautiful boxing from Tyson Fury before that as well.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and it's an interesting point. But I think with Fury, when he went down, I remember thinking, "Shit, will he get up?" When I saw Whyte go down, I was like, "Fuck, he's out."
So, can I ask a question? What do you think? Who do you think hit that punch? Whose punches do you think was harder? Wilder's on Fury or Povetkin's on Whyte?
I think it's different because it's all about how the punch lands, the angle that it gets, the way that they walk in. With Tyson Fury, I think Tyson came out and said, the right hand from Wilder put him to sleep and the left hand woke him up. But with Dillian Whyte, it was one shot and he was just asleep.
Bro, it was the way he hit him. Like, he just went down.
Yeah.
I think, you've got a world-class referee inside. Like, they sort of know what a knockout is and what a knockout is. Do you know what I mean? So they obviously have to put into hands that they've got to judge it. Do you know what I mean? And he's probably got someone in his ear telling him, there's probably people on the side there. But for him to go down like that, and for like medics to rush on like so quick, it goes to show that it was a bad. Okay, it wasn't like holding the ropes or anything. It was just like bang, straight down.
It looked like he was out before he landed.
I've seen the slow-mo of it, and you just see his eyes glaze over.
Yeah,
wow.
It's the way he looked. Like,
I'll show you the video after. Actually, his eyes just go.
I watched that bloody about 4 or 5 times. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I'm still in shock now.
It feels really weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was in shock. You know what it is? After almost we've all been like campaigning for him and fighting for him and stuff like that, and for sympathising for him and all that sort of stuff. We've been through the whole journey with Dillian and stuff, and then it's like, oh my god, I can't believe it after all that.
But I'll tell you what, I
was in shock, mate. I'll tell you, mate. I mean, me and Tom Little was on the live, and I was like, I need someone to talk to. I need someone to like cry on their shoulder, mate. I was gutted, mate.
We listened to it, and I was like,
do you remember? We had a WhatsApp,
yeah.
I need someone to talk to dudes who felt the same grief as me. I feel like it was a morning. It felt really weird.
I get it. And do you know what? I really hope that last night doesn't kind of summarise the future of Dillian Whyte of being like a nearly man. Oh, he nearly got a world title shot. Oh, he nearly became a world champion. I really hope, and I do believe actually that he will go on to win a world title. And when he does, it's going to be one of those sort of, do you remember that when Darren Barker won the IBF? Yeah. Like a sweet moment in boxing. Just a really nice, like, yeah, that guy deserves it. He worked for that. He earned that. Yeah. Not just a shot, the world title. And I think he will become a world heavyweight champion.
Do you think the rematch will be in Russia? All depends what's the rematch.
I think it should.
So
Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn match.
Eddie Hearn. He's learned from the Ruiz. He's learned from the Ruiz. He probably said, "Listen, I'll give you a chance." Unless everything, he's learned his lesson. If it's Eddie Hearn rematch stores, mate, Povetkin will be fucked. Yeah. He'll be fucked. He'll get screwed.
So what's happening?
No, not fucked, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? He'll be on Dillian's terms.
O2 London.
So what's happening now? Like, what's the next?
We're talking rematch in December.
That's soon.
Well, I think if Dillian had his head, he'd probably fight next week.
Yeah. Dillian Whyte's
I think Dillian Whyte. Do you know what it is, right? Yeah. I don't want to talk about this, right? Yeah. I mean, I had a fight with Lewis Bloor, right? Yeah? And there was paper coverage and national paper coverage. It was all over their social media. And do you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to lie. When I was going in there, into the fight, oh yeah, heavy D, mate, you're the bollocks, yeah. When I lost that fight, I walked into my dressing room, right there, 2 people in my dressing room. 2 people, and even they fucked off.
One of them was a cleaner.
You're making a place go untidy. Crying in the corner. Oh, fucking hell, crying your heart out.
I'm bleeding there.
Yeah, stop the bleeding and crying. Honestly, right,
He's pouring his heart out there. Bloody hell.
But I'll tell you what, honestly, I'll tell you what, right, and that was it. They had a party, right, they had a party upstairs in the rooftop, whatever, this young. So I went there, as soon as I walked into the room, the whole place went dead quiet. It was like just saw ghosts. What the fuck's he doing in there, having a drink at a party? I was like, oh, still... Then they fucked me off at the party.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, mate!
What, just because you lost the fight?
Yeah! So, you know, it's like, you're a loser, it's a contagious disease. It's got to be around you. It's like contagious, it's contagious. Yeah, it's like you're a leper.
So what happened after that match?
I went to the hotel room, I came clean at the minibar, I got fucking depressed. I didn't go back to the gym for about 3 weeks. And when I went back, Don Charles goes to me, I'm glad you come back, mate. I said, I felt your pain, I was going to call you. But I know what you're going through. It was like a big match. It was like the attention that the whole fight got. It was like fighting for British or Commonwealth. I'm telling you, probably more than that. It was a massive fight. I'm telling you, and I got really cool because I got decks, got back up though, and threw the towel in. But the point I'm trying to make right here is the shit you go through. So it's a process,
yeah.
But it made me better. It made me, I swear to God, I mean, a few years on, made me a better player, a much stronger person. And so when I see these dickheads like Sam Jones and this and the other, who've never been in the ring before, and they're giving it all that, I know they haven't walked in my shoes. It's just character building. It makes you into a much better person. I wouldn't recommend it, but fucking hell, it's what you make of it. It's what you do with it. It's a learning curve. Do you know what I mean? And the thing about, I know. Listen to me, man. I realised, fucking hell, I swear to God, I walked into the party and the whole party stopped. It was like the piano stopped. Fuck, what the fuck's he doing there?
So what?
Because they was all laughing at me. That heavy got fucking battered. Now I walked to the party. It's like, what's he doing there? We can't take the piss out.
So what do you reckon would happen if he won?
They'd be fucking out of me, yes! Everyone around me,
Do you reckon they would have let him in the party and been like that with him? Or do you reckon they would have been like, oh, I love
no, because I would probably take the piss out of him as well. Yeah, but that's life. That's life. I would have been taking the piss out of him. That's life. Listen, it's boxing and stuff. It's the trials and tribulations and stuff and whatever. And you know what? Listen to me. It's like the good thing about it doesn't last forever. That feeling doesn't last forever.
No.
But it doesn't last forever. But it's character building. It's character building. It's what makes us. It makes you or breaks you, man. I'm telling you, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's how you use it.
I think, like you say, Dillian's lost before, and if you look at Dillian's last loss, he lost Anthony Joshua.
AJ, yeah.
So he'd gone from being like a bit of a name on the circuit, but he wasn't big. The AJ loss made him as a fighter because he took it all as an experience. He built himself back up. He got to last night, and I reckon bigger and better things in his future. Dillian Whyte's an amazing fighter, great heart, very talented, hard man. He's going on to big things.
Sometimes when you lose, you win. I learned that. Sometimes when you lose, you win. Sometimes when you win, you lose.
Yeah.
It's weird. Sometimes when you lose, you really win, man. Sometimes when you lose, sometimes like Dillian's, a lot of people, he's captured the hearts of a lot of people, man. A lot of people might not even heard of Dillian are like saying, oh mate, I'm gutted about Dillian. But it shows that he's a likeable person. A lot of people love him, man. So at the end of the day, you know what, man? Sometimes when you lose, you win, mate. You know?
Exactly.
Seriously, man. But listen, he's going to come back. I mean, no one's died.
It's true.
No one's died. He's not died. You know what I mean? There's still life. When there's life, there's hope. You know what I mean? He's in the days. Comes back. Happened to AJ. I've always said from the beginning, all of them are going to lose. Even Tyson Fury, they're all going to lose. There's no way on earth that all of them are going to come out this unscathed. I'm telling you that right now. Remember this, people, right here. Out of all the heavyweights, it's impossible that all of them are going to come out this unbeaten. You can like quote me on this in a few years' time. It's impossible. There's going to be too much challenges. There's too many variations of boxers to fight. And don't forget, you've got De Boer and all these guys coming through as well. You've got Hergovich. You've got all these monsters coming through. You've got all these. It's impossible. A couple of years' time, they're going to be in the mix. It's impossible. No one's going to come out. The only person who can do this is Floyd Mayweather. That's the only person who can come out of this is Floyd Money Mayweather. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
No, I agree. I think I don't think Fury's going to lose just yet. I think Fury's going to be the one that will probably.
No, I'm not saying he's going to lose just yet.
No,
But even the greatest, Muhammad Ali, of all time, lost
to Fraser. The only way I can see Fury losing is if he stays in a bit too long, and I could see him being like a handing over the torch type moment. Like Klitschko lost to Fury, I can see Fury losing to Dubois.
Yeah, because it's easy to get complacent in it.
But he's also, I mean, they're all in their 30s now. Dillian Whyte's 32, Fury's what, 32? 32 as well, yeah.
How what's the average age for heavyweights to stay in?
Probably to around 36, 37.
There you go. They made their money. They're 36 to come out there. If Fury was to fight AJ twice and retire, I wouldn't grumble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't grumble. Do you know what I mean? Because truly,
maybe he might do that and just retire.
He might do, but you know what? Look,
undefeated.
The Saudis are talking about silly money. They're talking about like 150 million each to go and fight in Saudi. They're talking silly. They're talking like silly money. This is generational money. This is like not even your. This is your grandchildren to be safe. This is like we're talking about. Yeah, seriously.
Great.
You know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna be looked at the street for a long time. So a good 150 years, mate.
Is that a rematch clause in that?
No, I think that's 150 for both fights.
Oh, for both.
That's what I heard in Saudi. But I think in his contract, the ESPN contract, he's got to fight one fight in America.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean?
But they're talking about having it in that new stadium in Vegas. They've built like a massive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thing.
Yeah.
So it could be that they do the first one.
So what? So who's Fury's next fight then?
AJ.
No, Wilder.
Oh, Wilder. But apparently Wilder's gone missing.
Yeah, but look, Wilder's people, they've protected him, they've shielded him, they've had him on this run.
Wilder's doing a John Fury. he's in training somewhere. See, he's like secretly training camp. Yeah.
But they've protected him for so long because they want to cash out on him. Yeah. They know he's limited, and they know that once he gets beat, like for someone like Wilder, he's not. What's he going to do? Is he going to look at himself in the mirror and go, "Do you know what? I might have got knocked out, but at least I've spent an entire career, being a great boxer. I can always look back at all my highlights. His highlights are going to be him taking a hiding and then finding the right hand out of nowhere. That mentality, that killer instinct, that can be battered. His ego could be gone.
But do you know what? Honestly, even if he got battered again by Fury, he doesn't mean that his career's over. There's loads of fights out there for him. You've got Dubois, you've got Whyte, you've got loads of fights out there for him.
I think
being beaten 3 times by Fury is nothing. Because he's a great fighter.
Yeah, Fury's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, he's got to be in the top 10 of all-time greats now. I'm going to say this.
What, like 5 minutes?
No. Do you want to have this debate now?
We'll do a separate segment. Well, I can see what that's going to
Don't go there, top 5
You're going to back me on this one.
You got Jack Dempsey, you got Larry Holmes, you got fucking Jack Johnson, you got Joe Fraser, you got fucking Foreman, Ali.
What about Rocky Balboa?
Come on, he's talking about top 5. He's talking about top 5. Come on now, man.
Oh, man.
I know you're casual, but don't take the piss. You can get, what I need for Christmas? A nice boxing encyclopedia. It shows you all the great fighters. Something you should have done about 30 years ago.
Maybe top 10. What is this? Maybe like genius now.
He's learning though. He's learning on the job. He's learning. That's all right. As long as you're learning, that's what matters.
Cool. So what did you make of the rest of the card?
Congo! Oh my God! It's been on the Boomerang TV channel. Mate, that guy is too sick, man. He's too sick. He's called too sick for a reason. Seriously, man, I swear to God, right, that guy was looking for a knockout. But he was like,
very patient though. Such a patient.
Yeah.
He didn't steamroll it.
You know what? Maybe Dillian was looking at that. Thought, that's why I want to box. Because the way he done it, he had him hurt, but he didn't go in for the kill.
He didn't murder him. He stayed on him. And
maybe Dillian had that in his head.
He didn't empty the tank. He didn't go silly. It was a very good performance. He dominated him. Clay had his moments, but I think that was a very dominant win from Congo. What did you make of the Delphi pursuit?
Oh man!
But you.
Listen, you say yours. I'm gonna have a look right now. You say yours.
I'll be honest with you. I only watched it from KE. And
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So that KE girl, bro, she was slipping sick. She was moving out the way. What are you laughing for?
You got let him talk.
What, bro? She was moving good.
Let him talk.
She was moving good. The other one was throwing. Yeah. She was just moving good.
Who do you think won the fight?
I know that Katie won.
No, who do you think won? Not who won. In your opinion, who won?
Oh, so the I don't know what's the other girl called?
Bassoon.
So she was throwing some hard punches, but the other one was moving quickly. So this guy's just laughing. I'm saying what's up.
No, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
I think all the viewers are here for this, great boxing analysis.
This is the best bit. This is the best bit. Hearing you do a fight breakdown is fucking gold. Go for it, bro. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. Go for it.
So yeah, basically, one was that and the other one was that, and
what was that?
Drinking a can of beer, and I was thinking these girls can fight. Tell you what though, that's the first time women's boxing I ever watched.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you think?
And to be honest with you,
imagine trying to check one of them up in the kebab shop. Ask for their number. Bosh.
No, I tell you what.
What's happening, darling? Clear your digits.
I tell you what. Even though it was women's boxing, I didn't look at it as women's boxing. I just watched it as boxing.
Just listen. Who do you think won the fight, man?
Katie.
Why?
Because
what did she do to win the fight?
Well, she was moving out of the way, and the other one couldn't land it.
No, that's not how you win fights.
Well,
no, you win fights by points, mate. By landing. That's
by landing. She couldn't land it because she was moving out all the way.
I don't know, there was a massive lump the size of an egg on her head that sort of told me otherwise.
Listen.
I think there was one, but the other bird's face was
bad.
Was bad.
Listen, all I'm going to say is...
Who do you think won?
All I'm going to say is those matchroom judges, and I'm probably never going to invite me to their events after this, but I've got to fucking say it. Those matchroom judges must be looked after. They must put them up in the best hotels, the best porn sandwiches. They must be proper, chauffeur driven. They must be proper looked after. And I'll tell you what, that was for travesty. That was even worse than a travesty. That was a fucking robbery.
You think?
Do you think that was a robbery?
I think there was a point in it.
100%, mate.
I scored it to Bassoon by 1 point.
Nah, listen, Katie got battered in that fight.
I think
she got manhandled.
But this is the interesting
thing.
No,
but she was.
Look, the other was the aggressor. She was the aggressor. She was hitting the most punches. Katie was out of her depth, mate. It looked like the other bear was a weight above. It looked one-sided. I'm not just saying it. I swear, I had the accumulator on, and I went on make freezes. With freezes, I'm going to cash out. He went, no, don't cash out, because Matchroom will never. And he said it. Matchroom will never ever give a decision away at their own ground to their undisputed champion, and he's right. Sorry, Freezy, for hotting you up, bro. So I might spoil the chance of getting inside the Matchroom now. But what I'm trying to say is,
unless he's an undisputed champion.
Yeah. If you're an undisputed champion, you're right. Listen, he said to me, I was going to cash out. He said, do not cash out. There's no way Matchroom are going to give away a decision to an undisputed champion on their books at their show. It's impossible. Do not cash out. I went, no, but he's just getting battered. He went, don't cash out. And look what happened. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? Freezy was right. But mind you, if you're the champion, listen, if someone's a champion, you've got to wrest it from them. You ain't going to win a belt just by points, man. You've got to knock them out or you've got to knock them down to win a belt.
Did you watch the Chelly Cullen fight?
But undisputed is still nil.
Did you watch the Chelly Cullen fight?
Fucking another robbery. They're fucking two robberies. What they did? It was like Dick Turpin and Zora all over again, mate. I thought the Highwaymen were back. I was like, what was this? And then, what the fuck? Come on, a draw. Do you know what that was? They went to fuck up everyone's actors, but I didn't bet on that. I didn't bet on that. But you know what it is?
No.
You know what it is? This is all the gamblers out there. You'll understand. You know they say never bet on the 12:30 on the 12:30 football match because that fucks up all your actors. Same sort of thing. The first ever boxing match on the matchroom card, a robbery, a draw. So it fucks up everyone's actors. It fucks everyone's actors up. That's how it works, man. Never bet on the first match or never bet on the first fight. That'll fuck up your whole fucking night.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave you.
I think we should talk about Babbage. Babbage? Yeah, Babbage.
Babbage the cabbage?
Oh, come on. He was fucking... I love you searching his face. I love you. Listen, he was a swinger, wasn't he? He was a swinger.
It's very easy to go in there and knock out opposition that aren't quite there.
Yeah.
You can't, and then he's 80 kilos. He should be fighting at cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Or, look, these fights are going to happen. Yeah. I think he enjoyed his moment. He had his moment. Did you see what he was like in fight week and everything?
No.
I'm the savage, it's my alter ego. Cool, man.
I want Hugovic.
Yeah.
I want Hugovic.
Give me biggest one, Eddie. Like, that's cool.
I want the big one.
But when you're knocking out journeyman,
that guy, he went 5 rounds with Parker.
he did. How many years ago? And he was Parker's sparring partner. Parker's opponent pulled out, and they knew he was fit, and he was in New Zealand, so, you know.
True that.
And he had a world ranking, so they could get him in at the last minute. He went 5 rounds with his sparring partner. Like, he knows Parker inside out. I don't think it means he's a...
Don't mean nothing. Just a squad fast.
And it's not, you know, look, he's got the win, well done, whatever, but I don't see him as a threat to anyone on the world stage. It was just a big brawl, just throwing that big right hand and big shots. Anyone can kind of do that for 2 rounds.
Exactly.
So cool. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to, you know, get his picture on my wall as my next heavyweight. No, I'm going to fight.
Babish. I talked to Tom Little. Tom Little said he would just sit down in his jab and he would just feed his jab.
Yeah, Tom Little would destroy him.
That's what he said.
And I'd say that. I'd say that as well.
Yeah. Because Tom Little's been in with some fucking proper savages, and I don't think this guy's not seasoned yet.
The thing is,
he's a swinger.
Tom
Little sit down in his jab and bang.
Tom Little's
feet on his chest.
He gets a lot of stick from people because he's bigger. Yeah. He's a cruiserweight fighting at heavyweight. He's got ridiculously fast hands for a man his size. He'd play with Babish.
Tom Little, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know what it is? People don't give Tom the respect they deserve because of all the people he's been fighting. But you put Tom Little in with someone who's like, you know what, who's not a monster, you'll see the difference.
The thing is with Tom, and this is why he has a lot of my respect, is Tom he's not just sort of like one of these boxers that's gone through the amateur Team GB and had that sort of privilege. He got into fighting through giving fair play at bare knuckle and had his ear bitten off. And then he started training to have a straightener with the guy that bit him, and they're down the gym. They said, actually, you're quite good at this. And since then, when he's turned pro, he's had no favours done to him. He's always been in the away corner.
Now he's going to be a manager.
Yeah, but he's been put in with killers that he shouldn't really be in there with.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't put someone like Tom Little in with Daniel Dubois. Not unless he was on a good run. And it was like, do you know what, Tom, we're going to cash out now.
But
we're going to go shit or bust.
But mind you, the thing about it is, if the money's right...
Yeah, if the money's right, but that's why he's doing it. He's feeding his family. Yeah. He's a good man. He's a really, really good bloke.
Yeah. And think about when you contrast that to people who are being padded careers and just being fed really, really shit fighters and stuff, whatever. And then when you got Tom Little who's just fighting really, you know what I mean? Like Tom Little's a good fighter, but he's been fighting the up and coming prospects. It makes you think, man. Do you know what I mean? Like boxing is a funny old game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a funny old game. It's loaded in whoever's favour.
Yeah.
It's not fair even in the playing field.
It's a dirty game.
You don't get 50. I mean, now we get 50 fights, but normally, I reckon, you know, most fights are like only about 5% or 10%, if you're lucky, are 50 fights.
And that's why I said we should be praising Dillian Whyte. We should be appreciating the fact that he's taking it on and he's actually.
You know what? Maybe they had to do a pay-per-view card, this thing going on, whatever, and this thing going on. Maybe he's under pressure to do it. I don't know. All I'm just trying to say is this: I'm not saying that he wasn't bad, that he's wrong for doing it. I'm just saying that if he said to everyone, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna do an easy fight now. I got my main date in February." If he was taking an easy fight now, I wouldn't grumble.
You wouldn't, but I think Fury, AJ, Wilder, most.
How can they grumble?
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the point, isn't it? But they'll all score for it. He's one of the few heavyweights that's gone out there, one of the few boxers that's gone out there, and he's put it on the line. And for that, we should respect him.
Big respect to Dillian Whyte. Listen, I know you're going to come back, and we'll leave on that note, shall we?
Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks to M-Box for using this lovely ring.
M-Boxing Gym, and also shout out to Xxxl Streetwear. Go follow them on Instagram. These guys, be sending me some nice clubber. Check it out. Xxxl Streetwear, wicked, nice, fresh street clubber, beautiful. I mean, I'll try and hook you guys up, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it.
Listen, like, comment, subscribe to Boominator TV and to the Xxxl podcast. I said it right.
Xxxl podcast. See you later.
We out. Boominator TV.